Why is STEM so important? Research tells us that 3 in every 4 new jobs will need a strong understanding or skills in science, technology, engineering and maths. They are all connected. When young people have strong STEM skills, they will be able to engage in the new and evolving world of work. In the Australian curriculum, there are clear and practical links between disciplines. STEM is addressed through the learning areas of science, technologies, and mathematics, with engineering being addressed in design and technologies through a content description at each band which focuses on engineering principles and systems. Supporting the disciplines are the general capabilities of numeracy, information and communications technology, and critical and creative thinking. All of these things work together to enable a genuine STEM learning experience. STEM knowledge, understanding and skills are addressed within learning areas, strengthened when the connections between learning areas are emphasised, and enriched when learning areas combine to find authentic learning opportunities for students in answer to an identified problem or in the creation of a solution. So learning becomes relevant, meaningful and exciting. When students have learning experiences that really mean something, they then become engaged and involved in ways that can make a difference to their potential career pathways. To this end, ACARA coordinated the STEM Connections project in partnership with the Australian Association of Mathematics Teachers. The 13 participating schools were asked to deliver a 10-week project that focused on a problem that was relevant to students, called on an integrated STEM approach, and involved an industry partner. Schools made final presentations of their experiences to other participants at the end of the project. The 5 illustrations of practice were filmed on location at schools and capture interviews with students, teachers and industry partners. They reflect a range of school situations and highlight key features of each project that teachers may find useful when planning their own integrated STEM projects. So we invite you to look closely at the material here. It has been designed to show how STEM can really help students to feel they're connected to the world in which they live and the world that they will be part of creating.
Simonds Catholic College is an inner city school in Melbourne across 2 campuses. We have one at West Melbourne, which is our St Mary's campus. It is 7 to 10, and then we have our North Fitzroy campus, which is our senior campus.
Well, the STEM project is science, technology, engineering and math.
We use things like maths and technology to make a vertical garden, which we are currently making in the workshop that we have here.
The information that we learned in 4 different subjects integrated into that one project. After learning a lot of different stuff in maths and science, which would have a big involvement in the actual design, that I found it easy to understand. Like the stuff that we learned in maths, about measurement, that just instantly clicked.
Knowing that we're doing something for the school that's made by us is pretty cool.
We had a look at the units that we do deliver at Year 9 currently in maths and science, and we also had a look at what we currently do in product design and systems. So we moved things around to actually encompass this vertical garden design project.
We changed our maths program so that we could incorporate STEM into this semester, especially because we knew that measurement would correlate the best. So we moved measurement and similar triangles with scale factor. And while we were doing that, we actually did a mock design together. They came out and measured the space, and they then worked out all the different plants, sizes, sorts of things, not specific types of plants, but they actually looked at the sizes and how much soil, and so it made them more aware of all the different things they needed to include while they were doing their design.
We have to measure out all of the bamboo pieces so they could fit inside the backboard while still leaving space for guttering and pipes on the side.
Just say have a frame, we'll measure that up, and we need to know exactly how long and how tall the frame is.
As we were teaching measurement and similar triangles with our scale factor, we looked at, so what have you done in science that relates to this? And they would say, oh, we've been doing plant designs and we've been looking at the abiotic factors. And then we would ask them something like, so what are you doing in design technology? And they go, oh yeah, we're doing our research right now, so this is really good. We talked about that a lot. We had a lot of class discussions, which was really enriching for the kids. They found a lot of different similarities and lots of things they could carry over into their different subjects.
We've learned that there's lots of factors, including where the sun is.
Different plant needs, like say how we watered it each day, and we'd see, like we'd take down how many leaves there were, what colour it was, how tall it was.
So the students had to select a location. They recorded carbon dioxide levels. They looked at the amount of sunlight that it's going to receive throughout the day, and they chose, based on those factors, where they were going to plant which species. So our students could easily understand which plant should be used where. They didn't have a problem with that. What they found difficult was articulating, I should use this plant because of A, B and C, and these ones don't fit because of D, E and F. As the unit progressed, the students' motivation for this STEM projects certainly increased, because that's when they started using what they've learned in science and maths in their product design. They could see it coming together.
We're designing the water system, so we're making a circuit which would connect to probes in the soil, which would then send a signal to the water flow to let water pass into the plants.
In terms of design, we had to look at a basic design for a dryness detector to start with, and then see how we could actually modify that into what we wanted.
Mr. Josh Engwerder, he came in, he's a designer that has designed terrariums and vertical garden units. He helped us with one of the days while the boys were designing, and he came around and he walked around and spoke to all the boys and spoke to them about the things that they need to consider. And Mr. Jack Noonan, he just spoke about the benefits of vertical gardens. I think one of the biggest benefits of having the industry partners was it allowed the boys to see where their pathways might go if they chose to stay in a sort of a designing area or even the scientific area, knowing the backgrounds of both of the industry partners. There's more benefits than people give product design credit for in terms of a pathway for a career.
In the past, we've had a lot of issues with kids going into design and them not even remembering how to use a ruler. And yet, when we do maths, they all know how to use a ruler. So it's kind of like they go, oh, I'm in a different subject and it doesn't relate to my other subjects, so I'm just going to forget all the things I've learnt. We found that because we were constantly saying, you know, you're doing this in this class and you're doing this in this class, and we didn't have that problem, and we could actually use specific measurements. So when they went out and measured their space, they could actually go, oh, I can put that into my design journal already. I don't need to now do that in this class. So it actually saved them time, which was really good.
So the most rewarding moment for me was interviewing our students at the end of the project, where they were creating their design. It was almost upon completion, and they were able to tell me, we've chosen this design. It's very heavy, so we went with ferns because the Calibrocchia was far too heavy, and I realised that they're making connections from what I taught them at the beginning of the year right up until the end.
It has helped because you get to put like all your knowledge that you have learnt together and actually get to produce something that you could look up to say, wow, I actually made this, it looks good, and that, you know, you can show people that this is what we learned and we did a good job with it, and we enjoyed it, so I enjoyed it.